Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our stream where we will try to get some work done on our new game, Woods Folk. So in the last stream, I was mostly focusing on getting the map up and running. So I'm gonna quickly take a look at where we left off. Whoops. And oops, not here. Yeah. So I'm gonna quickly run the game to see where we were. So the last thing we did was setting up the map system by pressing M. We blocked the input so that you cannot move when the map is open. So I close. Yeah, okay. So one of the things that we need to work on is being able to move the map so that the maps that we are creating are going to be very big, and you have to be able to move across the map to basically find places where you want to go, because we will have kind of like a teleport feature where once you find an important place, you can go to that place real quick. That's the idea anyways. So if you move enough to to go higher than the area of the map that you're seeing, you should be able to basically scroll the map a little bit. So here you see that we have a part of the map here at the bottom that basically moves away. So the idea would be to allow you to move there to see what's there. Like imagine if this tile had something important that you would like to go to, or not this one, the one by the side of this one. If that one had something important to go to, you should be able to scroll to go there. One thing I'm noticing though is that the map is not fully visible right now. So I'm gonna start by scaling it down a little bit so that you can see the full map when it's loading. And doing that is fairly simple. We just need to go to the system where we create the map. So we are creating it here from the rotation. Now I can say with scale, and then a vector 3 new. Let's do 90% of what we have now. Let's see what happens if we do that. So let me close that. Cargo watch -x run release bin woods. So I'm just scaling the main map the parent of the map by 90%. Now you can see all the tiles, but the map's still not perfect. I'm wondering if we want it to be a little bit smaller. Let's try 80%. Whoops. Whoops. Ah. Typing is hard. Okay. There we go. Okay. So now the map is fully visible on screen, which I think it's a good thing. I'm still... So is this correctly rotated? No. Or is it? I'm using the border of the screen to... Yeah, no. This is not correctly rotated. What am I doing wrong? What is it? Should I do 90? No, it's not that. That's too much, right? Or is it? No. Maybe it's not perfectly squared. Well, whatever. I'll fix that later. So what I want to create is what we had. Let me see. We had in the concept art, which I'm gonna search real quick. We have something like a bunch of arrows that we can put in the map, and that those arrows will basically work like an offset in the map, so we can move everywhere. I'm not finding the... Oh, here it is. This. Okay. So this is the concept art, where Juli added this 4 arrows that you can basically move to the left and right, top down, and shift the map. So let's try to implement that, and we'll see how it works. So first of all, I'll have to create the 4 arrows, right? So I'm gonna create the arrows outside of the map so that they don't get rotated. And I'm also going to search for the images to see what was the name that they had. So if I go to the map, so these are the arrows. Okay. Whoops. Okay. So in the map, the assets definition, I will add the arrows here. Actually, I'm gonna put them here. So it's map arrow app. Let's click something like that. And then it's up arrow.png. There we go. So up, down, left, right, down, left, right. Oops. I'm gonna orient, make this at the same level. There we go. So I'm guessing this is up, down, left, oops, right, up, oops, up, down, left, right. I'm gonna cancel this because I'm gonna be saving a lot. Okay, so the first step was adding these entries to my asset collection file. The next step is to go to the map, to the assets, to the asset struct, and I'm gonna be adding the arrows. So I'm gonna just call it up handle image. Okay, up, down, left, right. Right, and this should have this, right? So it's map arrow up, down, left, right. Oops, right. Okay. So that should, let's run the tests here. So that should do it. I should now have the assets working here. So we've solved the testing, right? So let's do TDD as much as we can here, and we'll add, we render the arrows. So we want to make sure that we see the arrows. And the way we'll do this is by creating, so I'm going to create a function. No, I'm not creating a function. I'm going to do just, yeah, let's do this. Up, down, left, right, left, right. So I want to make sure that whenever I render, I open the map, sorry, I see the arrows. So let's set them up. Down, left, right, whoops, comma. What is this? Okay, okay, so yeah, okay. Now, okay, so if I query the images, let's see how this works. I need to see that all of those images are rendered, right? That's the first step. But I could also, so let's do the following. I will grab the entities here. So all the entities that have an image, right? And I will also grab the transform for them. So I want, because in the end, what I want to check is that it's a bunch of things. It's the first one is that there is an asset with the name up, one with the name down, left, right, and at the same time, I want to check the transform to see that it is positioned correctly, and I want to check that it has the right image. So in order to do that, I'm gonna be adding a name component as well. So I don't think I need the entity though. So I can not ask for the entity. So and instead of getting just one, I think it's like that. No, it's or iter. I don't remember the, yeah, it's iter. Okay, so I'm gonna be getting the name, the transform for each one of these, and let's do something. Let's move this to a variable so that it's let arrows equal this, and then for each arrow, let's print the name just for now. And we're not going to do an assert on the background, so we can shut that down. I'm going to be closing this. Okay, mut arrows. Okay, so it's asking me for it to be mutable because I'm iterating and consuming the list. Okay, so I'm gonna, so yeah, it's not going to print this because there is no assert. So let me do some sort of assertion. Well, let's do assert false so that, or even panic here, whatever. Why is it not running this? Test. So it's not running the, oh, it is running. Oh, sure. So it's not failing because this 4 isn't doing anything, right? Because we don't have any arrow set yet. So let's do a panic. Got here, no arrows. Let me do that. So this is going to obviously fail now, and we are seeing a panic with got here, no arrows. Good. So the first thing I want to do is I want to actually add the names. So I want to check that all the arrows are there, right? So how can I do that? So one simple way would be to say like arrows left, up, bool, just adding a boolean, bool, up, down, left, right. Okay. Let arrow arrow state, whatever, it doesn't matter. This is something that I'm gonna just use to set up here. Or I mean, I could just add an assert if there is any of them that are missing, right? So I could do the following: let mutable rendered arrows equals, let's do this a vector, and this should be a vector of strings, for example, right? And I can just add the names there. So for each one of these, rendered arrows dot name, dot push name to string. I don't know if that would work. I haven't used the name component before, so I don't know if the to string would actually turn it into string, but I would assume one would do that. And then I want to check that I want to do assert equal that rendered arrows equals a vector with up, down, left, right. Whoops. This will probably just ask me to do to string to this. Oh, okay. Okay, let's then create the arrows, right? For that is just simply spawning name up, down, left, right, down, left, right. I don't know if that's how you start the name, or you have to put new name, I mean. Oh, so it's not finding this component. So let me search real quick. Actually, I'm gonna bring it here. So the latest, and I'm gonna search for the name component. Yeah, so it's Bevy core name. So this should be included in the prelude, right? So why is it? Do I need to like say it like that? Or do I need to put new? Yeah, okay, so it's any string like type. Okay, so I need to call it with new. Sounds good. Okay, there we go. Okay, so this is failing because we don't have this yet, right? So let's do it step by step. So let's first do the name. Okay, it passed. Okay, now let's see if if I comment out this. Let's see if this is still working. Okay, no, good. So that worked, right? We have the four arrows being created. Now, let's turn this into. So I'm tempted. I think I create a function. Or let's do one of these, and then I create a function to handle them. Okay. So the next step would be to make sure that we position all of these things correctly, right? Or we can add the sprite. So sprite bundle, basically, we want to make sure that we are adding the right sprite bundle here. So we have the name, and now we are adding the sprite bundle. And I'm going to send this here. Okay. So the texture should be the app texture. But let me come here and let's set this up so that we make sure that we have a struct called arrow that we will use, that will have a name with a string, and then it will have a sprite or texture, to use the same nomenclature, that will be a handle of image, right? And the interesting thing is that I can now turn this into an arrow, right? And here I can push one of those instead of just a string. So the name will be name to string, and the texture would be texture, and we want to now add the handle image here, and I can clone that if needed, and this I should add the texture here. So I'm basically now iterating through all the components, all the entities that have a component of type name and a component of type handle image, and I'm making sure that and for those I create the arrow struct with the name and the texture. And now here I want to create one arrow component per each of those. So it's going to be name up, and then texture would be I need to get the assets, right? This is what I did before. Image, background. Oh no, just call it background. Yeah, sorry. So it will be this app, just app. Yeah. Okay. So texture up, and I'm gonna need just 4 of these. Oops. Up, down, left, right. Okay. So this is what it should. Oh, okay. So it's gonna ask me to turn this into a string. And now, what is it complaining about? Oh, okay, so I should, so it is complaining that it cannot render this using debug. So I can derive debug and probably partial EQ to allow EQing this. Why is it? Why is there an error there? Oh, okay. So it's moved here. I want to clone it here. There we go. What about it now? So this is just warnings because of the parenthesis. Ah, okay. It's asking me to put the keys for all of this. Since I added the clone, I guess that's the issue. Yeah. Okay. So see how now I just added the app one, and because of that, it's just rendering that one. But I'm confused about this, the weak handle. I don't know if that will work correctly or not. So okay. So what I was saying before is this will likely be just the same. I don't need this though. This transform is not required here. But I don't think I want to do so much duplication. So I'm gonna be moving this to a function that I'll call spawn arrow, and it will be up, up, and probably some transform. Oops, why is it not adding the identity? Whatever. So I'm gonna create this method, spawn arrow, and it will need to also get the commands and the assets, right? This is so that I don't duplicate the creation of all the arrows. So I'm gonna just add 4 calls and just one of these things. So I'm gonna copy all of this and I'm gonna put it here. This will be a function called spawn arrow that will receive the commands. It will be commands. Assets will be resource of assets, I think. Then the name is gonna be a string, or it can be an str, and then this is the asset, right? It's a handle of image. Oh well, yeah, if I do that, I don't need assets, right? I can just pass the actual image, and then the transform. Oops. Now let's see if there's anyone in the chat. No. Okay. So I got this, and it will not return. So okay, so I could return the entity here, but I could as well not, because I don't think I need it. So I'm gonna spawn this. I'm gonna pass the name, and I'm gonna pass the asset. And for now, I'm not using the transform. Okay. Let's see what this says. I'm gonna reduce the. Whoops. There we go. Let's see. Spawn arrow. Okay, so it's passing the assets, which we don't need. And this is assets.up clone, and then the ugh, that's why it was complete. I was missing an S. So if this is enough, why is this complaining? Oh, because this has to be a mutable reference, I guess. Let me see. Yeah. And then here I need to pass this as a mutable reference. Okay, what else is this complaining about? So I'm going to remove this for now. Oh, same thing. I misspelled transform here, and I'm going to add all of this in one line so they are more readable. Why is this? To string? Does it have to be a string? Or what? Whoops. To string. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So now I am seeing just the up arrow, which has the right asset. So now it's just a matter of creating up, down, left, right, up, down, whoops, left, right. Okay. Good. So let's see how this looks now. It's probably just going to show all the arrows in the center if it actually gets to render them. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, probably not seeing them because of the Z value, but they are here, right down. So if I turn the visibility to hidden, oh, there was the minimap. Where is the map? I guess it's this. Yeah. Yeah, there you see all the arrows. Cool. So the next step would be to set the transform correctly. I'm not sure where I want them yet, to be honest. So I'm gonna create a few constants here to set this up. So it will be up arrow position, and I want a vector 3 it's gonna actually be something like, I don't know, minus 500. Let's do this, like minus 500. This is not what we want, I think, but just for starters, let's do that. What is the Z value of the map? 0? Okay, 100. Let's do, I don't know, something like 500 as well. So app, this is 0. So if it is app is 500 here, minus 500 here. This is the down arrow. left and right, and for left we want minus 500, and for this one 500, and 0 here, and 0, that's 0 here. Okay, let's see. Yeah, we can turn this into just dots, I think. Okay, so we have the values that we want. I need to tell this to be a v3. Okay, so I created a constant for each one of the positions. So now for this, I also want a position value that will be a vector 3. Okay, and then the position here, I want it to be the app arrow position. And the same thing for all of this, right? Up, down, left, right. And in order to test this, I need to add the position here that will be well, I first need to get the transform from here, and transform. Now I need to get it here as well. And here I will say transform dot what is the translation? This is the position. Okay, so I think that should be more or less it. So this is complaining about this. Okay. I need to add this here. I can as well just import all the. Yeah, I don't think I need this, because I could do like super and this, right? That should do it. Yeah. Okay. So where is this complaining? What? Oh, is that because of what I just did? Yeah, that's so weird. Okay. When map is open. Okay, so now it's failing because all the positions are 0, 0, 0, which is to be expected, because I'm not passing them and I'm not doing anything with it. So in the code, what I'm calling this, I will do transform from translation, and then I will do up arrow position, and then I will do down arrow position, left and right. Now I'm gonna take a look, and in the actual spawn arrow I now need to use the transform, so it's basically just passing it here, and that should do it. There we go. Now our arrows should be positioned as we expect. Let's see. Yep. Fantastic. Okay. The reason, so now you know how I started the stream noticing that the map was not rotated correctly. That's probably because the degree, those are not degrees but radians. So I probably need to transform that, right? So let me search the quaternion. Oh, was it quat? Yeah, quat. So from, I'm using the from rotation in Z in radians. Yeah, that's the reason why. Okay, so let's see if there is a rad to grad or something. Radians. Is there no util for that? Let's see. Bevy radian or degrees to radians. I don't know if there's any whoops. Plus units radians. Okay. What is this? No, this is preload rotation. Yeah, but I don't know if this... No, this is old. Okay. I mean, I could just multiply. Yeah, I don't have it on the top of my head, but yeah, it's this. So 1 radian, 1 degree. So I can find the rotation that I had and do. I don't know if I can do that here. I would assume so. Let me. Yeah, there we go. So I need to do the same with the minimap because I actually use the same logic in the minimap. So I didn't notice it here, but it is because I didn't pay enough attention because it's very obvious that this is not correctly rotated. So let's rerun this. There we go. Okay, so I need to position this a little bit better, right? Because they are not correctly placed. Minimap, no, map here. I'm gonna try 1,000. I think it's probably going to be too much. Let's do it with up and down and see how they look. Oh, yeah, that's probably more or less where we want them. Okay. Whoops. I need to make sure I remove them, but for that, we'll test it. There we go. So it's 1,000 and 1,000. Okay. Good. Nice. We have the arrows in there. I'm probably going to scale the map down a little bit still, because I don't really like how it's looking. So 70% maybe. Yeah, that's a bit small. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's fine. I'll leave it there for now. Okay. So next step is to make sure that if they are open and I close them, the arrows disappear, right? So let's do that. So if I now set the map as closed and I run an update, I want to make sure that if I do this again, basically, closed, I don't find any arrows, right? So rendered arrows, I do the same thing. I may add a component called arrow to make sure that this disappear, because I can imagine, like, as soon as I add a name to any other asset. So for example, if I wanted to add a name for the map, let's do that. So this is the map. I added this, but I want to add a name map, right? Name new. There we go. As soon as I do this, the map will probably show up here. Or is not showing up. Oh yeah, here it is. Like, see, that is showing up here. So I could do something like arrow up, arrow down, arrow left, arrow right, and then, you know, here say something like if name starts with arrow, I can push it, right? Yeah, let's do that. It's simpler and less components that we don't need. So yeah, I just have the arrows now here. Okay. So this is showing the arrows when we close. We just noticed that when we close the map, the arrows were still there. So I want to make sure that they are removed when I close. So the idea would be to close it, update, and then check that the arrows are not there. Okay. Good. So if state is open, I do this. But I was despawning. Oh, I was despawning the map before, but not the arrows. Okay. So what I should do is I should now query by name, right? And this will be for the arrows. And then I can do for name, sorry, entity or arrow name in arrows.iter. Oops. What did I do? Okay. If name starts with arrow, I do commands entity arrow the spawn. That's it. So let's see if that works. No. Why is it not working? Did I do that correctly? Oh, but it is working. So maybe so the test is saying that it's not working, but I'm wondering why. Assert EQ, rendered arrows. So do I need to run two updates? Because I'm wondering if the first update sets up the... No, it's not. Open false. So if state open, else I'm despawning. I don't think I need to do the recursive, right? For this, because it's just one. Or do I actually need to? No. Let's see. Is this? Oh, wait. The problem is not there. It's here. It's in the previous assert. Why is it? Why is that? Let me copy this and paste it somewhere I can rearrange it. So the left is the rendered arrows. So what's the difference between... Oh, okay. The name, right? I changed the name to arrow up, down, blah, blah, blah. There we go. Okay, now it's passing. Okay. Good. I can reduce this by just adding the name. I don't need more than the name. And do the same as I do here. If name starts with arrow, rendered arrows push name. There we go. Cannot infer. You should be able to infer. Back the string. There we go. What is this? Oh, to string. There we go. Bless you. Oh, it's not supporting. So should I do just vec new of vec string like that? No? What happened? Oh, it's missing one. Okay, why is it not? Cannot infer the type of tea. What? Oh, do I? Oh, do I need to do this? No, this is not how this works. Vec string like that. Okay, there we go. Oh, my brain is collapsing at the moment. Okay, there we go. So now we have the 4 arrows rendering, right? Okay, that's nice. And what I'll do now is I'm gonna create the offset in the runtime. The way we'll do that is in the map. We are going to add an offset offset value that will be vec2 and sorry, not vec2. I'm gonna use the v2 because it's the same thing that we are using in the other place. And now I'm going to check the input. Okay. Input has horizontal movement and vertical movement. I can just use those, right? If input dot horizontal movement, and let me see, so it's an F32, so I'm guessing if it's negative, it's one way, if not. So if horizontal movement or actually I wonder if I don't want it to be more like a button. So I'm gonna do a map, a specific interaction for this, because I don't know if we want that to use the same as the movement. Up, down, left, right. And what else do I need in this? I need here, I need the post update input dot map up, down, left, right. Whoops, right. And close this. So I'm updating all the buttons here. What else do I need to do? I need to do the mapping, and the mapping happens here. So not here. Interact, player movement. So if the app happen, I'm gonna reuse what we are using, the keycodes app W for the map. Map app set state bottom state rest, right? That's how we did it. before? Yes. So up, this is map down, map left, map right. Oh wait, am I doing the right thing? So up, down, left, right, down. Oh, this is for the just released, right? So for those, I'm gonna do this. And then I'm gonna come here. No. Oh no, it's not working like that. Shoot. Let's do this. Oops. Okay. So, and this is released, right? Okay. So I should add a to. Oh yeah, I should add all the stuff that I just did. I should add it to the tests. Okay. Oh. You know what? I'm gonna copy and paste this and create new tests for vertical map movement, horizontal map movement. Yeah, I'm wondering if I should. Yeah, I'm gonna create a new system for this. I'm not gonna reuse because this is too noisy. So I'm gonna do map offset. That's the name of the. Or yeah, map offset. It's fine. But I'm gonna create just one function for all of this. Map offset works, and input input and wrap. Okay, this should say input map up should be button state not pressed. Okay, so I want that for all of them. Up, down, left, right. Okay. And then if D, down is pressed. Oh no, D. Oh, D is left. Okay. I wanna see that map left button state pressed. So I'm gonna remove this thing in the bottom and I'm gonna add the rest of this. So D, it's W. So if I press W, I want the map up pressed. That's correct. WASD. So if I press A, I want left to be pressed. If I press S, I want down to be pressed. So let's begin by testing that. It's obviously going to complain about a bazillion things. Oh, so all of these input.map. So I need to run the, shoot. I need to ask for the state for those, right? It's not just hitting the name, but get state. There we go. Okay, so now it's going to complain about the map offset, probably. Yeah, because I have not created that that method. And map toggle, map offset is the other method that I want. And it's basically going to be the same thing as this. It's just that I'm not going to be using this, right? Whoops. Yeah, this. Okay, so now I'm gonna do whoops again. There we go. So all of these I don't want, and all of these I do want, right? What is it complaining? Okay, so this is now map offset. That's the name of the method. Why is it complaining that this is not here? Because it's not imported, probably, yeah. So map offset. Okay, map offset is not working. It is showing up as held. W. Okay, so I'm guessing all of this worked, and which one it is showing up as held. This Bevy input press key code W. I'm wondering why this is. Oh, okay, so is it showing up as held because this update is also running it's running this, the post update, right? I'm guessing. Let me check that. So if I do this, am I getting, yeah. Held. Well, I'm gonna leave that for now, and leave a to do here to search later. But I'm not very happy with the fact that this is not just pressed. I will have to see if there's a way to run the update without the post update here. but I don't know if there's a way. Yeah, update. Let's see real quick if there's anything there that I can do. Bevy application. App. Yeah, no, it will run the post update, so that's why it's showing up like that. So the easiest way to fix that, which is not what I'm gonna do, is to have a system that I insert and that updates abstract that I create specifically for this. Not gonna do that. I'm gonna test against held, and that's it. I'm not going to be bothered by that. Yeah, I don't care too that much about this being perfect. So this were the up down, sorry, WASD. So I should be doing whoops, the same thing with arrows. Now with arrows, and this input thing is getting a bit big. So what time is it? 5:15. I'm wondering if I want to turn this into a folder. Pablo is saying that he encountered the same problem testing the input system. Yeah, of course, because once you run the update, it will run the post update. But what I was saying, Pablo, is that if instead of, I don't know, did you solve it somehow? So you're using held here, right? So yeah, so the way to solve this would be to have a app add system, right? Add system update, I don't know, test interact or something that will and test interact will receive the input that you want, and it will fill some sort of state, right? Get a state here as well, and it will say state interacted or whatever, and you check against that here, and you get it down there and test it. But it's just too much boilerplate to be bothered about. Like, we know this is showing up as held because it's running the post update, so we don't really care. If in the future it starts breaking the tests because of some weird reason, we could probably fix that, but whatever. So let's do the following: up, left, oops, down, right, and yeah, tests are good. Okay. So technically I just tested this and not this. So I'm gonna be thorough, although I don't really care too much. I'm wondering if these resources, we need to clean these resources now. Or they get cleaned automatically. Let's try. Okay, so if I grab this, oh sorry, I grab this now and I do that, and I now say release keycode W, insert resource update. Now it should be released. Held. Yeah, so I probably need to remove that, right? So if after the test I do app let me see, how can I clean a resource? Input keycode default, or should I just use the same input and modify it? No. Well, well, I don't know. I'm gonna add another to do here. Oops. Because I would like to do some progress and finish the logic for moving. So I'm gonna add a to do here saying to do Fran, oops, Fran, test this. Okay. So we have our map offset, and actually I also need to test this. I didn't test it last time. But let's set up the offset thing here then. So now we know that we are setting up the proper attributes of the inputs tracked here. So if I go back and try to get this thing moving, I would do that in this way. So if input dot map up, right? If I pressed up, get state, button state pressed. So if I just press that, my state dot offset plus equal v2. So I want to move 1 to the top in Y. Okay. Okay, so what do I need to... Whoops. Do it like that? Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna test this. The way to test this is by doing something similar to what I have here. And this is if open and move input pressed update offset. That's how I'm gonna call it. Nice. So I don't really care about the toggle map here. I'm gonna create a new system, which is offset map. So this will be here, offset map, run if I'm in explore. Why is it complaining? Cannot find offset map. Okay, so offset map will be similar to this. I'm going to remove this. Okay, and now I'm gonna only care about this if the map is open. Otherwise, I don't care. And this is why I was actually thinking about creating more states in the game. Like instead of game state explore, having a game state like map open or something, or map even, and just run this in the map. But for now, I'm not gonna do that. Maybe we refactor the game later to make something like that. So why is it complaining? Okay, so I need to create a tuple for this. Oops. And now offset map cannot find value. Oh, I didn't change the name. There we go. So I'm commenting this out for now. Okay. Adding the offset map here. There we go. Okay, so the idea would be to insert the offset map. Now the resource of the map state is going to be open true and then the default, right? I want this to be open. And then if I set map up and then I update map state dot position, no, dot offset, sorry, should equal so what I'm doing here is I'm setting the map as open when I create the application. I add the system offset map and then I press the up button, run the update, and then I'm gonna check that the offset moved 1 to the top, right? So that would be what I need to do. Cannot find function. Okay, so I need to add the I hate it how this breaks the indentation every single time. It's crazy. Okay. So okay, it's not updating because the code is commented out at the moment. But if I did that, when is this? Where is this failing? Map state. Oh, I don't care about that right now. Okay, that worked. Okay, so the app worked, right? If I now press the down, so I set up as released and down as pressed, I run update, this should go to 0, 0, right? It will not, because this is not actually using the down yet. Button pressed, 0, 0. There we go. Is it working? No. Oops, sorry. 1. That's it. Okay, there we go. So up, down, working. Now I'll do left and right. So here I'm gonna set down, press left, and if I go to the left, this should be -1, and then in the following, here it's left, I want to make it released, and right, I want to make it pressed, and if I go from the -1 to the right, I go to the 0, 0 again. Let's see. Okay, yeah. Now it's obviously failing because these are not set yet. So input map left, the offset will go -1, and if I do right, the offset will go +1. And there we go. So now we added all the logic for the offsetting, for offsetting the map in the runtime. Now, the only thing I think the only thing we need to do now is to actually apply that offset, right? So for that to happen, what we want to do is, let's see how we are applying the position. So here, when we render, we get tile state dot position, and then we move. So we would have to apply the offset here, but we are not testing this yet. So given that I'll be here for not a long time, I think I'm going to should I avoid testing this now, or should I implement the tests? That's the big question, because I don't want to refactor all of this, because there are a bunch of things to do here, like this should be constants or something. Same thing for this. like all the magic numbers, I should turn them into constants, and I probably want I think that's more well, actually what I want to do is I want to not clear everything when I close. I want to always have the map in place and just render it whenever, make it visible when it should be visible. So I'm wondering if, yeah, I'm not gonna do that now because the test will be different. So I'm not gonna redo all the tests. So let's do something. Let's write a to do Fran refactor this, and actually here refactor this, or to do Fran refactor. We want to keep the map in memory all the time. Let me push this button below. We want to keep the map in memory all the time. Maybe maybe just after the first time. And we want to implement the tests for all this logic. Okay, so yeah, I'm not gonna do that now. What I'm gonna do though is I'm gonna grab the map state, which is the state, and I'm gonna say offset, and I'm gonna just sum the offset here. And if I'm not wrong, that should be it. But I am wrong. Am I? So let's print the offset and see what's going on. So here I am going to print state.offset. Okay. So I'm going to check what the offset is here. Actually, here. Oh, the offset will show up. Okay, so it was working. Okay, so this offset, I think I need to apply. Oh, shoot, yeah. I I think I'm gonna finish implementing this next time. The reason is the following. This is working now. So I don't need to print this. The problem is that this is only running. All this code is only running when I open the map, right? So if I open and close it, I will see the offset going, right? If I press up twice, for example, and I open it, see, like it moved twice. And this is wrong as well. Like I need to move this here. So I think on Tuesday, next Tuesday, I'm gonna be working on refactoring this whole thing and making it yeah, so basically do this, because if I do that, if I make this happen, what I can do is I can, like, when the map is open, I can update all the grid every time I press a key, and that should do it. So I think I'm gonna call it a day for the day, and hopefully next week on Tuesday we have all this working. But you know, at least we got all the we got the arrows in, we got the runtime offsetting working, and you know, despite not having this updating right now, I mean, there's a really quick hack we could do that we can actually get going. But I don't know if, yeah, no. You know, the quick hack would be to compare the offset, and if the offset is different, rerun this code. But at the same time, if we do that, we also need to clear all of these whenever we press. It's not just that we will clear them. You know, I mean, I could run this. Shoot. What should I do? No, it's okay. I'm going to, well, let's try. If it doesn't work, we'll kill it. But the idea would be that in the, so I'm not gonna test this because it's gonna go away soon. But in the tile, so when I'm setting the offset, sorry, in the map, when I'm setting the offset, I'm gonna have the offset and the previous offset, right? The previous offset, I will set it every time I start this. So state.offset, right? So I set the previous offset and then I modify the current one, right? And then in the rendering, what I'll do is, if state is open or state.offset is different than state.previous offset, if I change the offset, I'll render everything again. So let's see what happens if I do that. Okay, why is it not rerunning? Oh, no, sorry. This. If the state is different, I want to remove or else return. So this is how, and actually map, no, this is, yeah, well, whatever. I could do this as a single. I don't care right now, to be honest. What is it? Why is it failing? For there we go. Is that what we want? No. Okay, let's think. If it is, if it's open and the state is the same, I will return. Otherwise, I know I just inverted it. It's easier for me to think about this way. I remove the map and keep going. Well, it's actually this two, right? So but I don't understand why it's, if I'm not changing anything, why is it so let's render the both states, right? To see what they are and see what's going on. Because yeah, I'm guessing that's, for some reason, that's not okay. So oh, so the first time it is the same. So that's easy. I can just start. Okay, but that worked. It was just a matter of thinking it through. And then if I press M, it will close it. Oh, yeah, again. It's okay. So it is not rendering it the first time. So I could let me see if the state is the same. Yeah, I'm wondering if I do it here, will it change anything? If the state is different, I remove everything. And then if it is open, I render all the stuff. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so good. So this is fine for now. Now, the only issue I'm seeing is that I am not positioning April correctly, right? So let's try to fix that. So this is April, and basically it's positioning it in the 0, 0. So we need to do, well, this is simple. It's, you know, instead of doing it with X, Y, and Z, I'm gonna do like back 3 new 0, 0, 0, 101, I think it was. And then I'm gonna sum, or I can do it here. I'm stupid. I can do it like that. X, Y, Z, because I thought I was going to be able to just sum one vector by another, but it is the same thing. So I can do plus state dot offset by 100. I think this should be it. Offset dot x by 100, and then I have to sum the offset here as well. Whoops. What? Oh, well, let's use the 0 and 1. So the v2 has a node thing. I32, so as F32. I think that should be it. Okay. Good. So now that should move April around, I'm guessing. Well, it is moving April around, but in the other direction. The other direction in X. Why is that? Oh, because it's inverted. The X, or was it in the X or the Y direction? No, the X direction. Okay, there we go. So I can move now, and you know, I want to move through some. Let's see the map. So now the idea is that if I had something, you know, somewhere, I can just move. Well, this is good. Good. Well, cool. We got all of this. So I am not gonna test this now because it's already time for me to go. But in the next streaming, it's pretty likely that I'm going to be writing making the refactoring that I was talking about. Oh, this is neat. I'm wondering if we should clear the offset every time you open or close the map. No, I think I'll keep it like that. Cool. So we now have the map with fog of war and scrolling. That's nice. Good. I think I'm gonna now call it a day, and well, talk to you. Well, not talk. Yeah, talk to you soon on Tuesday at the same time. So you can check the schedule in in Twitch, and we are now evaluating options for streaming as well, because I'm not very happy with the fact that Twitch is playing ads to people looking at this. You can go to our blog to read about. Let me show you. So there is a blog post that I wrote a while ago about why we almost don't use social media. It's long, but it explains a little bit about the philosophy behind our company and why we don't have a Twitter account or Facebook accounts and whatnot. And part of this philosophy is against the economy of attention that all of these social media platforms benefit from and damage you by benefiting from you. And yeah, we would like to not support that. Right now, this is what we have. It's not perfect, and we will be looking for other options. I know, for example, we can probably stream in YouTube and not monetize, and you will not see ads, but it will be being in YouTube. So another thing that we are thinking about is streaming on Steam, and I think that's what we will end up doing at some point, because when we set up the page for the game, the Steam page for the game, we will be definitely stream. I will definitely multicast there, so you will be able to see the streams on Steam in the games page. So yeah, we'll see what else, but if you have an idea on how to solve this problem, and a platform that doesn't have ads and that it's cooler than YouTube or Twitch, I'm all about hearing from you. So feel free to join on Discord and let us know there. Okay, so with 2 minutes to spare, I'm gonna shut this down and tell you thank you so much for joining me on stream today, and hope to see you next week. Bye.